Alright mates, how's it going? In today's video, chapter 15 of Shadows Rising by Madeline Rue. Did you have a good Christmas? No? Oh. Well, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do about it? Let's go! As venom dripped from fangs as thick and white as river beast tusks onto Talanji's shoulder, she screamed helplessly. She knew this was a nightmare. It was the same nightmare she'd had quite a few times recently, but knowing it wasn't real didn't make escaping it any easier. The creature looked an awful lot like Shadra. It had her pinned down with its 8 legs and there was nothing she could do about it. And then it opened its mouth wide. And inside the beast, Talanji could see the face of another person. The father of the girl that had petitioned her not so long ago. Bazine. News had reached Azara Law of his demise to the widow's bite. Talanji's patrols had found his corpse at the edge of Nazmir, charred, almost beyond recognition. Help me, my queen. Help me. I can't. But despite not being able to do anything for Bazine, Talanji decided she wasn't going to simply lie down and die without a fight. So she scratched and clawed at the creature, and then remembered there was something much more useful she could do to bring an end to all this. Bonsamdi! The image of Shadra faded, as did the nightmare around it, and Talanji woke up, gasping for air, and immediately leaping out of bed. You called? It was only a nightmare. Shadra wanted me dead, and the poor father they stole from the palace was inside her. It felt so real, because your guilt is real. Take a look outside, my queen. Your nightmare is not over. Something must be done, and soon. Talanji hissed and walked off to the balcony's edge. She knew the Lower of Graves spoke true, but he didn't have to be a dick about it. My soldiers patrol the jungle tirelessly, yet somehow they slip by. They raid my city, attack my palace, attack me. How did they grow so strong so quickly? Once Amdi floated beside her and looked out over the jungle, Talanji had not been idle. She'd met with her council each day to discuss new approaches, new tactics. They had superior resources and the superior force, but it was their own land that worked against them. The Widow's Bite used the jungle to stay hidden. Their scattered numbers were an advantage against an army spread thin, and there were many out there that remained suspicious of her rule. What do we do? How do I stop what I cannot see? They have no fortress, not even camps. They attack you because of the pact your father made. They think I control you, and they fear what my queen, the Queen of Death, might become. I am not your queen. Tell them that. They'd be burning my shrines, breaking the magic that protects them, killing my priests where they stand. If they burn many more, I won't be much help to you. The Lower is nothing without believers and prayers. It's harming you. You're growing weaker. And you. Me. Talanji had noticed wrinkles where wrinkles had not previously been. Her hands looked particularly withered, or pruny, like she'd been in the bath too long. What's happening to me, Bonsamdi? We share a bond, little queen. We share a fate. If I have no followers, then I'll be all but gone. My strength weakens, yours weakens with it. Then these shivers, just pain in my chest, will only get worse, Talanji, unless you protect me. You must protect me. Talanji could hear actual fear in Bonsamdi's voice, and she couldn't help but wonder how she was supposed to stand tall and courageous when even a god was afraid. I can't accept this. Accept it or not, it is the truth. If true, then how do I fight these rebels? Can you not help me? You have soldiers, Talanji, and you could have many more. I think you already know how to fight these rebels. The Horde. Of course, the ambassador Zakan hadn't stopped pressing her to return to Orgrimmar and accept a place on the new Horde Council, but what would that achieve? She needed soldiers, not empty promises. But Talanji knew her stubbornness wouldn't put out fires either, and her own Zanchuli Council weren't exactly offering up any real solutions. I will never accept peace with the Alliance, but I will ask for the Horde's help. This is growing beyond us. Good. An attack against me is an attack against you. If they destroy us both, who's going to protect Zandala? This is no small thing you want from me. The Horde is working with the witch that killed my father. They are content to ignore the crimes of Jaina Proudmoore, but I will never be. So if you get what you want, Lower, I will not go empty-handed. Empty-handed? You get a kingdom and your life. I'd say that's more than fair. And I am rid of this bond between us, Bonsamdi. Rastakhan's deal. I want it no longer. If I am to abandon my pride to the Horde, then you will abandon this pact. 'Twasn't often that Talanji gave an ultimatum like this, and her heart was kind of racing a little bit, especially at the sight of the grimace forming on Bonsamdi's face. But she wasn't going to back down from him. If there was ever a moment for her to be free from him, this was it. I don't think so, little queen. Why? Can it not be undone, our pact? Will it kill me to break it? No, Talanji, but you would regret it. You have the Lower of Graves on your side, the loyalty of a god. Did you really think there would be no drawbacks? The room then grew frosty and fogged, and a blast of energy then sent Talanji toppling into a wall as one Samdi gathered what little strength he had. But Talanji looked him dead in the eyes. She didn't cower, and she remained silent. Let him have his tantrum. She had the high ground. Reckless child of a reckless king. Consider yourself lucky you'd be working with me and not another Lower. Mu'atzala would eat you alive. I would tell him the same thing. You will regret this. Consider the deal struck, Gil. Protect my shrines, and when I'm strong again, our pact will be no more. You'll have your life back, all your own. But you may not like what it means to be all alone. And we're leaving it there! I think this marks the halfway point of the story. So only another 8+ weeks to go or something. I just want to reiterate that I really wish I could make these videos faster, but it's just little old me, unfortunately. So 2 a week is as fast as I can go without burning out and going even more bold than I already am. And I'm pretty bold. Bolder than Asmongold. As usual, link in the description if you're interested in buying this book. Also, there's links to my Discord server and my Patreon page too. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, all of that bollocks. And all that's left to say is, thanks for watching, and see ya!